The difference between the average achiever and the extraordinary one often comes down to something invisible, not their degree, not their skill set, and not even their network. It's their mindset. Mindset is the unseen engine behind every success story. It's the quiet force that dictates how you handle rejection, failure, and uncertainty. You can be the most skilled person in the room, but if your mind isn't aligned with success, if it's filled with doubt, fear, and excuses, you'll sabotage yourself before you even begin. Skills may open doors, but mindset determines whether you have the courage to walk through them. Every great story begins with a belief. Before any product, company, or empire existed, it started as a thought in someone's mind. Think about it. Every skyscraper was once just an idea on paper. Every innovation, every business, every revolution began with someone saying, "I can make this happen." That simple conviction separates those who build from those who just dream. Skills make you capable, but belief makes you unstoppable. Without belief, even the best skill fades into hesitation. When you have a powerful mindset, failure stops being a wall and becomes a mirror. You stop fearing what goes wrong and start analyzing why it did. People with strong mindsets treat every mistake as feedback. They don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What can I learn?" This subtle shift changes everything. Instead of being stuck in frustration, they evolve. They adapt faster, make smarter moves, and recover quickly. The truth is, success doesn't belong to the person who never fails, it belongs to the person who refuses to stop learning. Skills can be taught, but mindset must be built. You can hire a mentor, attend workshops, and earn certifications, but no one can implant a resilient, focused mind into you. That's something you cultivate daily by managing your self-talk, controlling your emotions, and training your brain to see possibility instead of limitation. The wealthy and successful understand this. The biggest investment you can ever make is in mastering your mind. Because once you own your thoughts, you own your world. Most people underestimate how much mindset shapes behavior. The average person waits for motivation to act. The successful act their way into motivation. They understand that emotions are temporary, but habits create momentum. If they don't feel like working, they work anyway. If they're scared, they still move forward. That's the power of mental discipline, doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Because every action you take reprograms your subconscious mind to believe, "I am someone who follows through." The key difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset defines your entire path. A fixed mindset says, "This is who I am, and I can't change." A growth mindset says, "This is who I am now, and I can get better." The first leads to comfort zones. The second leads to transformation. When you operate from a growth mindset, you stop competing with others and start competing with your past self. You see challenges not as threats, but as invitations to evolve. This is why people with growth mindsets rise, because they keep upgrading while everyone else stays the same. Confidence is a mindset, not a result. Too many people wait to feel confident before they take action, not realizing that confidence comes from action itself. You don't become confident by waiting to feel ready. You become confident by doing what scares you, over and over, until it no longer does. Each small victory builds a mental file in your brain labeled proof. Proof that you can handle it, proof that you can grow, proof that you can win. Over time, that proof turns into unshakable belief. Mindset also determines how you deal with rejection. For most, rejection is an emotional wound. For those with strong mental foundations, rejection is a redirection. They understand that every no narrows the path to the right yes. When you stop taking rejection personally and start viewing it as part of the process, you free yourself from the fear that holds others back. This is how entrepreneurs survive endless failures before hitting one massive success. They don't quit when doors close, they knock louder, or they build a new door entirely. A strong mindset helps you handle pressure too. When life gets chaotic and uncertain, most people freeze or panic, but mentally strong people stay composed. They understand that panic solves nothing, and clarity is everything. They train their minds to stay calm under fire, to slow down when the world speeds up. This mental control gives them a competitive edge, especially when opportunities hide behind confusion. Success often goes to the person who can think clearly when everyone else is reacting emotionally. Your environment also shapes your mindset more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with are like mirrors, they reflect what you'll tolerate. Spend time with negative, small-minded people, and you'll unconsciously limit yourself to their standards. Surround yourself with ambitious, solution-oriented thinkers, and you'll start mirroring their energy. Protecting your mental space isn't arrogance, it's self-preservation. The rich and successful are ruthless about this. They curate their environment because they know mindset thrives where energy is strong and distractions are minimal. Mindset also influences how you handle success. Many people think success is the finish line. But for those with the right mindset, success is just a checkpoint. They understand that momentum dies when growth stops. Instead of getting comfortable, they ask, "What's next?" This attitude keeps them evolving while others plateau. A powerful mindset doesn't just create success, it sustains it. Because once you've trained your brain to keep moving forward, stagnation becomes uncomfortable. Another silent destroyer of progress is comparison. People with weak mindsets constantly measure themselves against others, forgetting that everyone's journey moves at a different pace. The mentally strong compare only to their past selves. They ask, "Am I better than I was yesterday?" instead of, "Am I better than them?" This focus breeds consistency. And consistency, more than intensity, is what builds real results. When your only competition is your old self, success becomes inevitable. The stories you tell yourself define what's possible for you. If you keep repeating, "I'm not ready," or "I don't deserve this," your brain will find evidence to prove it true. But if you reframe that story into, "I'm learning," or "I'm capable," your actions start aligning with that belief. Your words become commands for your subconscious mind. So, train your inner dialogue like you train your body. Remove the phrases that weaken you. Replace "I can't" with "I will figure it out." Because what you say internally becomes what you live externally. The secret most successful people share is that they've mastered emotional intelligence. They don't let temporary feelings destroy permanent goals. When anger, fear, or doubt arise, and they always do, they don't suppress them. They manage them. They observe emotions without letting them take control. This creates balance, and balance sustains performance. Mindset isn't about being positive all the time. It's about being stable no matter the emotion. Your mindset also dictates how you use time. The unsuccessful trade time for comfort, while the successful trade comfort for progress. Mentally strong people value time because they understand it's the one resource they can't replace. They use it with precision, learning, building, and improving when others waste it on distractions. That's why success compounds for them. Small, intentional actions over time create unstoppable momentum. Even your relationship with failure changes when your mindset matures. Most people think failure is a stop sign. The wise see it as a signal to adjust the route. Every failure holds data. It teaches you what doesn't work, which brings you closer to what does. The only real failure is giving up before learning the lesson. That's why mindset-driven individuals seem lucky, because they're willing to fail more often, and therefore learn faster than anyone else. Mindset even affects how you visualize the future. People with limited mindsets think about survival. Those with expansive mindsets think about creation. They don't just want to get by, they want to design a life they love. They dream vividly, set bold goals, and take daily steps toward them. Their confidence doesn't come from knowing how everything will unfold. It comes from trusting that they'll adapt no matter what happens. To build a winning mindset, start with 3 habits: discipline, gratitude, and reflection. Discipline trains your mind to push past resistance. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on abundance instead of lack. Reflection helps you track progress and spot patterns. Together, these habits form mental armor protecting you from burnout, comparison, and doubt. Because when your mind is fortified, no external chaos can derail you. In the end, mindset is your most valuable asset. It determines how high you climb, how long you last, and how deeply you impact others. Skills can make you competent, but mindset makes you legendary. When you believe in yourself, even when no one else does, when you stay calm in storms, persistent through failures, and humble through victories, that's when you become unstoppable. And here's the truth. The world doesn't reward the most talented person. It rewards the person who believes the longest, works the hardest, and stays the most consistent. That's not luck, that's mindset. So, don't just upgrade your skills, upgrade your mind. Because once your mindset is right, everything else will fall into place. The person who controls their thoughts controls their destiny. The power is already in you, it's just waiting for you to decide that nothing can stop you.